Damien, cutting down on the league campaign, how do you reflect on it?
The league campaign, listen, I'm very proud of the guys. I've just told them in there. We've come a long way. We've obviously stayed up and retained our premiership status, I guess you could call it, for another year. The last time we did that was, 12 years ago? I don't know, a long time ago. They've continuously grown. They've an absolute clear identity in how they play with the ball and how they defend and how they press without the ball. So I'd have to say I'm so proud of them, and it's been an absolute success from their point of view. It's not big enough batting myself, the staff have done. They've bought into everything, the respect they've shown us as a new manager, young staff. I couldn't ask any more of them. So league campaign, yeah, very, very good.
And tonight's game, obviously it's a difficult one, falling in an awkward place in terms of motivation. How do you reflect on the game?
Probably motivation's the wrong words. Maybe, I don't know, is it a lack of focus, eyes on next week? No matter how many times I tell them they're a young squad, they're just going to be thinking next week. It's a strange game at half time. I tell them, listen, you've actually played pretty well, you've been fine, you've been good, but that lack of maybe head elsewhere, 3 mistakes, 3 goals, that's the quality that Pats have. And all night I think we played some decent stuff at times. I thought their keepers really played really well, kept a clean sheet for them, because I think we'd some good chances. But yeah, they're always motivated. It was just eyes on next week.
Probably a tighter game than the scoreline suggests, because you touched on the chances we had. Brian has a chance, Matty has a chance, John Boyd has a chance very early on. It doesn't really feel like we got what we deserved tonight in some ways.
Yeah, listen, really poor goals, and if you to sum up our season, I absolutely believe we've left 10 points plus behind on the table with just ridiculous goals and points given away late. And you can argue we've given away poor goals again tonight. Listen, if you were to ask me tonight, you know, of course the result is always paramount, but you'd have to say number one on the list is nobody gets sent off, because bizarrely, if you got sent off tonight in the league game, you're suspended for next week. So nobody was sent off, nobody got injured, so that's the massive plus. They've been amazing all season. They're a young team. It's only natural that they're going to just transfix with the cup final, and no matter how much we tell them as staff, no, it's tonight, it's tonight. So the 3 goals before half time, you could argue it's just eyes elsewhere, i.e. next Sunday, Aviva. But it's parked literally the minute we walked in the dressing room. We're back in training tomorrow. They'll bounce in because they're young men and they're very bloody excited.
No injuries, no suspensions, the main one obviously, and minutes in the legs. I know you'd flagged that you didn't want to go into a cup final cold, having not played in 2 weeks, so to be able to come through the fixture is probably the most important aspect, like you say. Absolutely.
Listen, it never looks well in black and white, 4-0 and what have you, but like I said, we'll take our medicine and just park it very, very quickly. Lads have come through unscathed, and there's a few, I guess, selection problems you'd say for next week, which is fine. It's a good problem to have.
How do you manage the noise now? Because obviously your main goal is focused on the pitch and training, but there's a million and one things that come with a cup final.
Well, listen, the million and one things were sorted last week and the week before. Suits, tickets, they've been told. So all this week is just going to be training, calm, zero emotion, detail on Derry. And like I just told them in there, the next time you'll be hit with emotion and a bit of noise is 3, 4, 5 minutes to 3 next Sunday. But otherwise, we will just treat it as a normal week, because they're young boys, they don't need the madness or the noise, so we'll just take the noise out of it.
We got another debutant as well tonight, Luke Brown.
Yeah, listen, I thought he was fantastic. Obviously an air shot when he just come on, but I know Luke, he's had a really difficult time in his short career so far. He's done his cruciate twice, which is unbelievable. Come back, been really good in training. Obviously we were going to make changes tonight, and I want to give him a stay because he deserves it. He's been really good, and you can see his quality on the ball tonight. He can play in numerous positions, so definitely one for the future.
And how much of a role the academy have played? Like there's no kind of tokenism in any of those debuts. Like you look at Steph when he came in Finn Harps, he's cemented his place and might start a cup final, so just goes to show the impact these young players have had for you.
Yeah, absolutely. This club going forward, no matter how long I'm here, should and will be built on youth. Listen, I think it's a young players league anyway nowadays, but even, you know, I went in and spoke to the under 14s yesterday in the AUL before their final, and I told them there and then, I said, this club is going to be built on the likes of yous. It's not who we buy in or big money signings or what have you, it's youth. So listen, we might be waiting a while for the under 14s to come through, but for me, that's all successful clubs rely on their academy, and it's going to be no different here.
I know from starting in Bray, you brought the telly out with you and you had worked on some videos which you've kind of hinted on throughout the interviews across the season. Did you always in your mind have an idea for a cup final video? No, listen, like I said in the semi-final after at Waterford, I had to change my mindset. It was always just get to the final. Absolutely, we've changed our mindset, trust me, myself, staff and players. But I told the players, their faces dropped a bit, there'll be no video for the cup final. You shouldn't need a video. You're there, you're in your national stadium, it's near on full, family, it's what you dream of, a cup at stake. So we played, 4 games. I made 3 unbelievable videos, I'd have to say, but there'll be none for the cup final. Standing in the tunnel, singing your national anthem, that's your video. Final word, obviously an amazing double for the club today. I know you sent your well wishes to Dublin outside yesterday. Must be delighted as well with their achievement. Absolutely,
so proud of them, and listen, they're setting the benchmark for everybody else at the club. The men, sorry, not the men's team. Pearl won't be happy with me. My team, all the younger teams. It's absolutely amazing what they've did last year, this year. They've lost so much quality over to the UK. Something that needs to be addressed by who, I don't know. I don't mean within the club, maybe as a whole, the country, the league, the FAI. But what Noel's done, the staff, the girls, Perlo again. Listen, to achieve maybe even half of what they've done, I'd be a happy man if I was to do that as manager here. So hats off to them. I hope they have a good gargle tonight.
Try and enjoy the week, Damien.
Cheers, Darren.